Hey everybody, Mr. Klassen here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of Practice Strategies. And in the video today, we're going to talk about practice strategies to help with note reading, more specifically with fingerings and how that is related to note reading. These are strategies that have worked well for me in the past, worked well with my experience with students and for myself personally, but by no means are they the only strategies that are going to be useful, or they may not work in this exact order for you, but hopefully there are ways that you can approach your practicing when you find that there's a passage where the notes and the fingerings just aren't working very well for you. Maybe these will give you a way to move forward. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first of all, we have a little bit of a special issue with this particular topic. So we often get the terms notes and pitch confused. Notes are actually the printed dots on the page, so the notation, the dots that translate into a specific note or fingering for your instrument. Often when we say note in that context, we actually mean what fingering is it, right? What fingering will get me the desired note. Pitch, on the other hand, is the actual frequency of the sound that we're producing. So it's how high or low that pitch actually is. Higher pitch means higher frequency, meaning a higher sound that we produce, right? This is most often the case, most often a challenge, I should say, with brass instruments, because you have different pitch levels. You could have the same fingering, but a bunch of different pitch levels, a bunch of different notes, but actually they're pitches, okay? It becomes an issue for woodwind players later on, too, when we're talking about more advanced intonation and making sure we're matching our pitch. But when we're learning, it's mostly on woodwinds we play the fingering and we get the correct pitch as well as the correct note. But on brass, we might get the correct note, the fingering, but we also have the pitch to worry about too. In this video, we're mainly concerned with notes and fingerings, okay? So we're assuming that you can get the correct pitch level brass, and we're mostly concerned with fingerings. So when we say notes, it's more of a note reading or a fingering thing than it is a pitch level thing. Okay, so we're going to show you an excerpt now that we're going to use to demonstrate some of these strategies today. This excerpt is from Cumberland Cross by Carl Stroman. This is a piece that the junior band is currently working on. This is measures 45 to 46 of the trombone 1 part. But again, you can apply the concepts that we're going to work on to any part in any piece that you're playing. No matter what instrument you're playing, you can apply these strategies. The following strategies will work especially well on bite-sized chunks. So I say 1 or 2 bars at a time is best. No more than 4 bars at a time. It just doesn't work as well to use a big chunk at once. Go section by section, and you can even focus on 1 or 2 sections in a practice session. You don't have to play the whole piece like this. In fact, just pick the hard spots and do it that way. Okay, so strategy 1 is to say the note names. We want to go slowly at first, even go out of time if we have to, and actually say the letter names in order. I'm going to say them pretty slowly, but I'm going to stay in time. If you need to go out of time, you can. It's important to eventually be able to put it in time. So I'll do it slowly, but in time, not airbanding yet, but just saying the letter names. Ready and go. F, G, B flat, B flat, F, G, B flat, B flat, G, F, F, G, B flat, B flat, F, G, B flat, B flat, C. Notice I'm saying the B flat, even though rhythmically it adds a little bit to the note. If I'm going faster, which I'll demonstrate now, I might leave out the flat and just say B, knowing that it's a flat, but just saying B, just so that rhythmically it fits. 3 and 4. F, G, B, B, F, G, B, B, G, F, F, G, B, B, F, G, B, B, C. So once you're comfortable with saying the letter names, we want to actually airband on the instrument. So far I've been talking about fingerings, but slide positions on trombone relate just the same way. So get the fingerings and slide positions, or airband, while you say the letter names. I'll go slow first. 3 and 4. F, G, B flat, B flat, F, G, B flat, B flat, G, F, F, G, B flat, B flat, F, G, B flat, B flat, C. And let's speed it up. 3 and 4. F, G, B flat, B flat, F, G, B flat, B flat, G, F, F, G, B, B, F, G, B, B, C. At this point, if you've only memorized fingerings and slide positions based on what the visual representation of the note is, you might need to go back and learn the note names. Some people, especially when they're just starting out, they'll be able to play the fingering that for each note on the page, but they won't know exactly what note name it is. I think it's an important skill to develop note naming in addition to getting the correct fingers or slide positions, so you might need to go back and just spend some time just learning that a little bit to be able to say the note names. Okay, strategy number 2 is to play note by note. Another way to say this would be to isolate the notes and fingerings without worrying about playing them in time. If you watch the rhythm strategies video, you'll notice this is sort of almost the opposite of isolating the rhythm using a single pitch. Now instead we're going to be isolating the notes, but not worrying about playing the rhythm. The key is to go slowly and ensure that each note and fingering, or in this case the slide position, is very accurate, and that each pitch is centered. So brass, we have to make sure that we get the correct pitch level in addition to getting the correct fingering or slide position. And we want to get exactly the center of the pitch, the correct note and fingering, before we move to the next note. I'll demonstrate this with this passage. Alright, strategy number 3 is to play slowly, in time but slowly. And then of course to gradually speed up. So this is essentially the same strategy that we used at the end of the rhythm strategies video. It's where we sort of put everything together. So play slow enough that you don't make any hesitations. If you find that you're not getting a rhythm or you're getting an incorrect note or fingering, then slow it down more. It's more important to get it correctly slow before you play it faster than it is to try it fast and not quite get it. So I'm going to play it pretty slow, and I'll speed it up twice to demonstrate this. So here it is, pretty slow. 2 and 3 and... A little faster. 3 and... We'll try it at tempo. And we have a bonus strategy for you. Haha! So, bonus strategy is use recordings. Listening to and playing along with recordings can really be a helpful way to practice, especially now that we don't have a lot of chance to be together to play. Recordings are a great resource, and for many of us, they're right at our fingertips on YouTube or publisher websites or whatever. I always recommend J.W. Pepper. That's jwpepper.com. They're a lovely resource. Lots of their pieces, including Cumberland Cross, have good publisher recordings that are high quality. Some of them don't, but many of them do. Otherwise, you can find high school bands on YouTube or wherever. Just if you're doing that, be careful for the quality of the recording. We want to make sure that we're listening to high quality recordings when we're practicing. But this is a great resource to use when you're practicing at home. Have it in your headphones and play along and hear how your part fits into the overall ensemble, or just actively listen while following along in your part and making markings for yourself. Very, very helpful. Both things that I've done that have been really helpful in my musical development. We don't want to use recordings as a crutch, like as things that we rely on. We want to still practice on our own to become independent musicians, but using recordings as a tool is an excellent way to practice as well. Alright everybody, thank you very much again for watching. Hope you have an excellent day. As always, feel free to connect with me via email or phone, however works for you. I would be more than happy to talk with you and answer any questions that you might have about practicing or anything else. Feel free to always get in touch. Hope you have an awesome day, and folks, we'll see you again soon.